Hey guys, Monday, April 15, 2024, U.S. pre-market open on nat gas. As you can see, this is another line in the sand if you want to keep it on your notes, which is $1.78. That is your point of control. So there's a few point of controls. You got the square of 9 you can use. You got market profile. You got your midpoint charts. This one is indicating 179. You're below anchored VWAP from the February 20 low of 152. And that's like a double whammy of resistance. And so far, this is what, a daily chart. So it's not above it. So we're on the weaker side. In regards to geometry, you're probably below the 45, not 45, you're below the 45 and maybe hovering around the 60 degree on the master chart. Value area low is 163. I mean, there's some pockets here of support, but as you can see, like from right there, some couple of pivots. So we'll see how that's going to play out. Let's look at our simple glance chart. Nothing's really changed on the monthly. On the weekly, we're back in chop zone. You need to close above 179 in order to get some Momo to the upside, at least to test this 194, but so far not going deep in the Mobo bands. You got all the way to $1.65 in order to now for the weekly to be officially more to the downside of maybe even test 152. So you got this stretch before things start getting really ugly on the weekly. MACD is still positive, but not bad. Considering all things going on in the Middle East, you probably would expect, but I don't know, whatever's happening in the Middle East, I don't know if it's going to affect natural gas. It could probably affect crude oil, and I'm surprised crude oil didn't pop, but I guess maybe it all depends on if Israel is going to retaliate, and things could probably escalate. But so far, I got my eyes on crude oil. On the 20, you can see that now we're below the 20 SMA, the 50, still PPS sell signal, below the mobile bands. I can't tell where they're at. They're somewhere around there, maybe 178. And MACD sell signal or negative so far. We haven't closed below the 0 line, so it's kind of hovering there. And we don't know about volume yet because the day is young. Let's go into our 4-hour chart. You can see that this is the 25% right here. And we're kind of going sideways on the 4-hour chart. I've noticed that if you put the channel that I showed yesterday's video, it's very similar to the Andrews pitchfork. I mean, it should be because your midpoint's always midpoint, but interesting. And for those that wants to know what settings I have, I got the 0.25, the 0.50, which is this one, 0.75, which is this one. These are the 0.25. 375 are the little yellow dashed ones, and the 0.625. So those are the settings on my channel. I try to keep them all consistent. These are like my 25, 75. This is kind of like your, I don't know, 61.8 or whatever, 3.82 Fibonacci level. Very similar. But those are the lows I have for that. We're looking at our 4-hour Gann grid. We kissed that 179, which is your first impulse wave. And kind of in between 172 and 179. Let's go straight to our midpoint chart. Nothing on the monthly. Actually, let me correct it. This is the yearly. This is the monthly. This is the weekly, and this is the daily. So nothing really on the yearly. On the monthly, whoa. Let's see. We can go back here. So on the monthly, we're kind of holding on this pivot. We kind of pierce it, $1.74. This is your midpoint, 180, pretty much 180. So this is a big level. We could stay above it. So far, this is the two targets in regards to the monthly. In regards to this week, I already went over this. We need to get above 183, which is your 45 degree and the square of 9. And so far on the daily, there's this pivot here of 175. That doesn't hold. Obviously, you're going to test 173, the low of Friday. Now, Monday's a bullish day, statistically. Not guaranteed, not promised, but if it is, a bigger target to the upside would be $1.78 all the way to $1.81. And I mean, if it's really extreme, 183. But, you know, I don't know if that's going to happen, but at least just good to know to the upside. So let's see how that goes. And for today only, this is your... I mean, you got to have some rules. You just can't trade crazy. In order for some upside to happen, I need to be above the $1.76 and above the the VWAP. So definitely be above the $1.76. What's interesting is that once the overnight, we just been sliding around the 176, like it's ready to do something. So keep your eyes on volume. And wherever the volume and the direction is going, especially if it's above, do your trading plan, whatever your trading plan is. But if it can't stay above here and it starts going like this and volume is strong to the downside, these are your targets: $1.70, $1.73, $1.72, $1.70, $1.78, $1.80, and $1.81 to the upside. So 176 is your zero line, and that's pretty much the zero line in the square of 9. So these are your top, ranges or targets from here to here. Bearish 169, anywhere around down there in this area. And if it's bullish, to 183. We'll take baby steps. I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on nat gas.